You been bingy. You been bingy.
Ooh, it's been a year? Yippee.
You been bingy.
He love you, baby.
Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. I appreciate you, but we're getting off this fucking train. Holy shit, let me switch the things and stuff. No, down. Down, children, down. Stop this. Thank you for the gifted Daharo. I'm assuming, yeah, that's you, Lucy. Y'all need to chill, I just got back. Please. Oh my god, okay, let me address things and stuff. Jesse, thank you for grabbing your shroom. 60, ooh. You're almost that funny number, nice. Wifey, thank you for grabbing your shroom with a big 219. And yes, you have hit your 1-year anniversary, Jesse, holy shit. That was a November thing? That's insane. Well, congrats on being here for a year, I appreciate ya. Lucy, thank you for your 30-month sub. That's gonna be 3 years in like 6 months. You're crazy. I appreciate you. Thank you for grabbing your stream as well. Wifey, put your bits away, but thank you for the 100 bits. Not the fun bits. The other bits. Alright. Why are we on level 2? Get down. I appreciate y'all, but you better be taking care of your other expenses first. I swear to God. Oh my god. Okay. We vibing, we chill. We're chilling. I appreciate you, but we're gonna chill now. So I know we're starting a tad late, and it is because River might have fleas. So we had to give her a bit of a flea bag bath. She's a flea bag who needed bath. Luckily, it doesn't seem like the fleas have like spread to us or anything. So she's just been the miserable one, which is terrible, but like at least it's not contagious. We were brought flea shampoo today and some spray, so hopefully that shit remains contained. And she's due to see the vet in like, I want to say roughly a week. Yeah, something like that. Speaking of shit happening next week, I'm gonna say, because things have been confirmed for other stuff that I need to work, I mayhaps may be debuting a new PNG next Thursday. The plan is to do a little unveiling, do a little art showcase for Chew, because Chew worked very hard in it, and it looks really nice, and I just want to show off their art because they're very talented, and I appreciate them taking my insanity and bringing that shit to life. So look forward to that Thursday, 1 p.m. Central Time. There will be a tweet on the tweeter, because I remember to do that sometimes. So that will indeed exist. We're gonna be playing some Little Nightmares, not the new one, like the very first one. Mainly because I want to vibe check the game, but also because I want to play a game that allows me to run my PNG when I'm playing the damn game. And since DVD can be a bit of a finicky bitch when it comes to shit like that, we're gonna play it safe. And also just explore a new game that I never played before, because I've never played any of the Little Nightmares games. I've seen some Let's Plays, but I don't remember a whole lot. I know there's a bunch of like different sorts of monster kind of things. I know there's like these little kid-like characters and they eat rats sometimes. That's kind of all I know about it. So yeah, that'll be next week on Thursday. So if things go well and nothing else comes up, y'all get 4 streams next week. You get the usual Silk Song, you get the debut, and then you get Dead by Stupid on Friday. And it's also me and Neve's anniversary that weekend, so we'll be doing that. That thing. The thingy. Words are hard. Anyway, we're here to talk new 2v8 mode and PTB notes before we get into games today. But if you'd like to join, we will be in my commune VC. If you can see the VC, that means you are free to join. But also, if you want to join, like, depending on how well I know you, we can just join no comms. Like, it's gonna be a 2v8 mode. As long as we can stand it. I've heard things, and none of them have been good. So we'll see. So we'll play 2v8 as long as we can stand it, which means, in theory, there should be a fuck ton of spots. So speaking of, this be the trailer. So let me know if y'all can hear this. Yes, 3 years. 3 years of my bullshit, and she hasn't killed me yet. It's amazing. I do have a Dr. Pepper spiked with whiskey, but I haven't had a drop of it yet, so this is just me raw. So I have no excuses. Anyway, there's still time. Yeah, you should remind her that. That's the hype train success. I appreciate it. There's a chest? Why is there a chest?
Get an emote.
My brain fully went, it's gonna be a mimic for some reason. But thank you for the hype train. I appreciate you. I also just get real squirmy because I'm always just like, please take care of yourself. Do not lose valuable doubloons on me if you need them for other things. Alright? I appreciate your support, but I appreciate it even more when you look after yourself first. This is a threat. But yeah, frog emote. Fun. But this 2v8 mode, we're adding a couple new killers, and we're taking somebody out. Legion's not in 2v8 anymore, at least not for this iteration. We have Dracula, and we have Dildo Head. Jordan. Neve said Pyramid Head. I said what I said. It's the same. Take care of yourself, Lucy. Or I'll take your kneecaps. They will be mine. But this should showcase that, because not only are we getting new killers added to the mode, we shall also be getting some new Survivor skins. I only counted like 2-ish, and then some for killer. So I guess this will be a great refresher for everyone. So let me know if y'all can hear this. If not, also scree, because then I can turn up the volume for your output. Thanks for getting your shoe machine. Oh, come on in. I hope day's going well. We're looking at the 2v8 trailer thingy. Well, poosh. It's the castle! And we're throwing people already. Richter! That's one of the new skins. This is another new skin. What are you eating? Stop that. That's disgusting. Ooh. And then Dildo Head. Which apparently that's the new skin, and also that's a new skin, but the Pyramid Head one doesn't look that much different. It just looks slimier. Machine, I said take care of self. That's what I said. Ew, you can see his ribs now. Stop this. Stop that. Thank you for the 200 bits, Machine. I appreciate you. Oh, that is going on for a while. That seems like it's... Okay. November 6th to November 20th is how long this mode's gonna go for. That seems excessive. Honey, I'm gonna hide your credit card.
No.
I'm gonna hide it.
No.
Thank you for the 100 bits. I can't read. I appreciate you. Now calm down. Oh, full disclosure, I was gonna like put these in incognito mode so that y'all wouldn't have to see my tabs and shit. But this trailer counts as adult content for some reason. I don't know why. So I have to use regular tabs. So if you see my search history, no you didn't. There's nothing suspicious there anyway. Yet. Alright, patch notes. This is the big one. Remember, none of this shit makes it to live yet. I'm gonna throw on some music as well, now that we don't have to listen to trailer shit. So that we have some kind of background noise other than me yapping. Is that playing? I hope that's playing. It looks like it's playing. Wait, now I'm paranoid. No, it's playing. I'm not crazy. You are. Just turn that off too. Okay, amazing. So these are the patch notes that have everybody pissy at the moment, but none of these are, like, final yet. So, take with that what you will. They're working on a tunneling reduction, apparently. I'm gonna do my best to summarize this, because this is a lot of writing. But for the unhook protections, we get them for 30 seconds, looks like. So we get 10% haste, the endurance status effect, the elusive status effect, which is the new thing. Let me highlight. Oh, can y'all see my Mass Effect cursor? Hell yeah. I got that recently, because I was just like, I saw on TikTok that somebody made a Hornet cursor. But that seemed like a lot to run, so I wanted something simplified. And then I found somebody who made a Mass Effect cursor, so I stole that. So that's why it looks like a little funky. But we get the elusive status effect, which is a new thing, because, like, haste and endurance have been a thing that we have. So, hides your grunts of pain, your aura, your scratch marks, your pools of blood. Basically, you get the survivor equivalent of undetectable. No sounds whatsoever, so no coughing, no vomiting, which means no plague effect. No T virus or whatever letter of virus that is effect, none of that shit. You are completely silent. It's basically free Iron Will. You also don't get AFK crows, which I don't know why that was brought up to begin with, because you're being unhooked. Why would you... They updated the AFK crows, but they just made them appear sooner. And the lowest tier of that isn't even 30 seconds, so I don't know why that's relevant. You're not gonna get a crow when you get unhooked, but, like, you weren't gonna get one anyway. It doesn't make any sense. Past midnight? Yeah, go the fuck to sleep, Lucy. I appreciate you popping in. And thank you for the almost 3 years. I can't believe it's been that long. We gotta get on a server at some point. We have to break more things with more builds. But yes, take care of yourself, or I take your kneecaps. Thank you for popping in. I will do my best to have fun. I haven't experienced the game mode yet, so I have no idea. The other new stuff is we're gonna see the killer's order within 32 meters for 10 seconds. Again, I really have no gauge on the whole meter system, so if I see it, I see it. Still susceptible to attacks and powers, so you're not immune in that sense. I guess you get to keep all of the above for 3 seconds after being healed. But much like when you normally get unhooked, if you go perform a conspicuous action, aka touching a generator, touching someone else, any other extra touchies, you lose your effects. And then apparently you lose all the other stuff when the gens are done, except for the 10% haste and endurance, which has always been the case anyway. But apparently these are only going to last 10 seconds. I don't know how long they last normally, but that seems a little short. Also, that's fair, Lucy. Sounds good. You know you're always welcome to a Dead by Dingus if you want. You should have those perms. Devs left a note. I'm good. You want to read the notes? I think there's a link somewhere in your in-game inbox. And then these unique hook bonuses basically translate to killer incentive to not tunnel. Even though if a killer really wants to tunnel, they're going to tunnel. It doesn't matter. So when they hook somebody that isn't the last survivor, killer gets Bloodlust Tier 1 for 15 seconds. But it's reset when entering the chase. Now, I watched Spook's video about these notes to kind of, like, explain them to me a bit. Apparently, that's really bad. It sounds really bad. Because it seems like, what's the point of getting in a chase then, if it's just going to reset? And then they don't get this bonus when all the gens are done. So no endgame Bloodlust, I guess, for that. And then they get more blood points? Listen, I know free is free, but, like, when working on incentives, I don't think blood points are high on the list of things that will make, like, a player not do something. I know there are point farmers, but this ain't it. So, Also, apparently they've reworked these perks in response. So for Killer, it's Furtive Chase. For Survivor, it's Babysitter, BT, Breakdown, Off the Record, and Wicked. I've heard things about Wicked. I've heard bad things about Wicked. But bad things for, like, the Killer's POV. So I guess we'll get into that more as we go down the line here. So I guess I'm not getting into that yet. Thanks for grabbing your stream, Silence. Welcome on in. I hope day's going well. Alright, then we have the slugging reduction update. And again, I hope some of this stuff makes it to live because, yes, the PTB is for testing things. However, I feel like you're not really gonna know unless you bring some of this stuff to live. And we get the chance to, like, properly get used to it as, like, a day-to-day thing because the reality is people will bitch about new things regardless on both sides. It needs time to marinate in order to get, like, a true idea of if it's working or not, but that's just my opinion. Alright, so after being down by the Killer, the resolve bar appears, aka your recovery bar, aka the thing that, like, pops you out the ground. So it takes 2 minutes to fill. Progress does not reset between downs. That's interesting, because doesn't it reset now? Between downs?
Oh.
Like, say you started recovering, you're at 25%.
Knocked again, and like you get picked up.
Hold on, I'm confusing myself. Now I'm a little confused. Progress does not reset between downs. Does that mean you get knocked, you recover 25%, and then somebody else picks you up? Does the next time you get knocked down mean you're gonna have that 25% still?
I'm confused.
That line doesn't make any sense. Because how are you gonna get downed again and retain that that doesn't make any sense. What does that mean? Because again, the only way that would, like, kind of, like, make sense would be if the progress they're talking about refers to, like, your self-recovery progress, not aided by other survivors, or say something like a exponential boon or something. Because otherwise, like, what does that mean? It shouldn't be a separate bar. Because, like, that's the prompt to recover. The resolve bar fills 33% faster for each additional survivor currently in the dying state. So, what? So if the Killer slugs, our recovery bar goes faster. And then once the bar is full, the survivor gains the ability to pick themselves up from the dying state for the rest of the match. So, free Unbreakable, which explains... Oh, they're not reworking Unbreakable for that? I feel like they should, but okay. So, I guess Forever Unbreakable is what we're getting with that. The survivor must fully recover each time. Well, no shit. That's the only way you're getting up.
Yes, I think there is a separate bar, because that's what they were talking about with Tenacity. That's why they reworked Tenacity.
It would have... No, yeah, the machine makes a fair point. It would have to be a separate bar, because with the current state of it, it doesn't make any fucking sense. So, then... Okay. So the resolve bar is separate, so it's going to be a resolve bar and then a recovery bar? That's not confusing at all. Well, okay. I know there are probably some streamers playing the PTB. Go hunt them down at some point. They can give a better look at this. For me, it's just kind of a pain to switch back and forth between versions. So I guess it would have to be a separate bar. Yeah, that sounds like it. And then they added custom game, whatever. We don't do customs that much anymore. I'm not going to worry about that. But I guess free Unbreakable with this. Because I was going to say, if you don't give the ability to, like, fully pick yourselves up, the Killer's just going to slug anyway. And then... So it's been a thing for a while now that you don't have to click any buttons to recover, you just automatically do it. With this update, if it ports to live, are we going to be able to stop the bar? Or are we just going to be forced to, like, pick ourselves up even when it would be a stupid time to do so? Like, say the Killer's right over your body, and you try to get up, and it forces you to get up. Can you stop it?
It might be what it is now, which is where it makes you recover regardless, and then it stops. But like, because it happens with if you plot twist. So if you plot twist on the ground, it'll stop. It won't automatically like pop you up. You just have to keep. Then you have to click your button to pop up.
Okay, that's reassuring because I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's gonna be a game of whack-a-mole real quick if
Yeah.
they if that's not a thing.
Yeah, so that's probably what they already implemented. So.
Okay, because Neve's gonna know more about that than me because I haven't run any Unbreakable or any kind of plot twist kind of perks in a minute, so I wouldn't know. So that's reassuring. Look, they're trying to target it, and that's important, so I appreciate the effort. I guess you can become an even faster worm the longer you're left on the ground, but we're still gonna get bled out anyway. Anyway.
Yeah, you can still die on the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that maybe bleeding won't be as quick then if crawling speed is gonna get that quick. And then they fucked with tenacity, obviously, in relation to this. So the resolve bar has been added to the HUD.
So like when you're getting camped.
But wait, they're talking about the resolve bar here. So it's not the face camping bar. The resolve bar is separate, isn't it? In the slugging reduction update, after being down by the killer, the resolve bar appears.
I think that's just their name for an extra bar.
That doesn't help.
Yeah, because I know they talked about showing like the camping bar to other like on the HUD for other survivors.
So is the slug bar, that's what I'm gonna call it, and the anti-camp bar the same?
Yeah, so I think they're just like if you're down or if you're knocked or hooked, then you can see both bars.
Okay.
Or like, you know, like
that would be helpful, and we know killers will complain about being OP, but it's just like, is it though?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I mean, for camping.
And then, so this one I can sort of speak to. The anti-case face camp mirror fills faster based on how long they stay near the hook. I can't speak. So I guess currently with the way it is right now, it kind of fills at a fixed rate. It doesn't go slower or faster. I guess this is now going to be more of a time thing rather than proximity, I guess.
Yeah, so I guess more so if they're within the radius of the camping.
So if they're like sitting in front of the hook for like a minute, it's gonna go mew.
Yeah. I think that was the issue before. It's like if they stick around really a long time around the hook and you're not able to unhook. Because we've had that happen where it's like, oh, I can't unhook. Like they've stuck around for so long.
Yeah, to kind of, oh right, because like when you're on second, you do really have limited time to like be able to do that self unhook.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume though that they're keeping the thing where in endgame they can just camp out the kill, which fair, fine, you have to secure a kill. I don't have to like it, but the thing is, I don't think that's unfair.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that I wish more people would understand, is that you don't have to like it to make it fair. It's quite simple. And then we have, I guess the AFK crows will appear sooner. It was gonna be 2 minutes before anybody got a crow? To be fair, I've never AFK'd that long before, so I guess I never thought about it. So now it's like, wait a minute, why are there tears? Hold on. No, I'm looking at this now. Why are there tears? What do the tears mean? That's not a perk. Why are there tears for AFK crows? Now I'm confused. Do I have to start worrying at 120, or is this how many crows you get?
Yeah, so like first crow comes after 80 seconds.
Okay.
Second crow comes after 100. Okay, that makes more sense.
We puzzled it out
I know,
eventually.
I was like, wait, what does that mean?
In my dumbass defense, usually when there's slashes like this, we're talking perks, and it's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. But
Yeah.
Okay,
They could have expanded that
They
line. to
could
say, like,
have.
first crow comes after this, second crow comes after. Like, okay.
Imagine there was tears to
Yeah,
AFK.
the way they word things sometimes in the notes is ridiculous.
If you're in a locker, it takes 80 seconds. If you're standing in the middle of nowhere, it's 120 seconds. That'd be funny, actually. Where you AFK matters. So 120 seconds, you get 3. 100 seconds, you get 2. 80, you get your first one. So just over a minute.
Yeah, I've actually noticed that it's been hard to get crows recently. Like, I've stayed in lockers, like,
I think
just a
it's
high-
because the time.
yeah. So I'm just like, oh, that makes sense.
Eh,
'Cause I think I swear it used to be like way shorter, and they overdid it the first time around. Where it's just like, oh, if you're
Getting a
not
crow for
doing,
nothing.
yeah, because like you're not doing any objectives, you're just like running away. It's like,
Just
okay,
not
I'm
even taking
hiding.
into account that you're stealthing a little.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like, no.
To be fair, if you were like stealthing, so there's a difference between like moving and stealthing and standing still and counting that as like hiding. If you were hiding for longer than a minute, that's a problem. Then you're just throwing, I feel like. Okay, and then it looks like we've updated the killers a little bit. So I'm not going to talk much about the shape one because this means nothing to me. I don't play killer anymore. My own mental health. The shapes update is just talking about camera controls anyway, so that's an FOB thing. That's not really a universal issue. And then for Cenobite, this is actually going to be huge for the once in a blue moon that I actually see one of these fuckers. So survivors when the endurance status effect cannot be restrained by a possessed chain, aka his little power thing. So this is again reworked in honor of the anti kind of tunneling kind of deal. So when you're unhooked, you have the endurance status effect, and in theory, Cenobite could just come in, restrain you, and wait out your endurance that way, so he can't do it anymore. So that's nice. Again, I see like maybe 1 or 2 every so often, so I'm not too fussed about that, but good on them for sorting that. Also, my shit's in the red, so I'm a little concerned, so I hope it looks like we're still up. I'm not even running anything that, like, high res at the moment, so concerning. Oh, I guess we'll find out with a VOD. Skull Merchant got a rework, looks like just has to do with her drones, things like that. I'm not gonna get too into that, because also, I haven't seen many of her either. So feel free, to, I don't know, here, take a screenshot. 3, 2, take a picture. If you're watching the VOD, pause. Feel free to read that. I don't know if it's zoomed in enough. Here's hoping. Feel free to read that. But they keep reworking her. They're going to continue to rework her. I feel like she's one of those killers that they're just not going to leave alone regardless, so it is what it is. Then they've messed with some add-ons, which again I won't get into because these are very specific. We will, however, look at these perks because they do come up. So they've messed with, for Killer Furtive Chase, whenever your obsession is hooked, gain 1 token up to 3, 4, 5 for each token. Decrease your terror radius by 10%. So my stealth killers, this is for you. And then it looks like the obsession, again, I don't know what Furtive Chase looked like before, but when your obsession is unhooked, the obsession transfers to the rescuer, so it changes, therefore encouraging like an anti-tunneling playstyle, I guess. So it rewards you for hooking the obsession, and since the obsession changes, it should stop tunneling. In theory, if you're running that. If you want to run that well. I don't know why you wouldn't run it that way. It seems counterproductive, but yeah. Good to know that they're, like, adjusting things, like, in relation to these countermeasures that they want to implement instead of just, like, doing one big change and then ignoring what else is affected by it. They've changed much more survivor perks, however. So, Babysitter, after unhooking a survivor, see the survivor and the killer's aura for 20, 25, 30 seconds. I don't know if that was more or less, but that's where it is right now. I don't know why you would see the survivor that you're hooking. They're right in front of you. That's weird, but okay. And then for borrowed time, survivors you unhook gain the ability to fully recover from the dying state for the next 60, 80 to 100 seconds, depending on the tier you have it at. Which just sounds like really fancy Unbreakable, like Unbreakable with an unhook. So I guess that's an anti-slug kind of measure. And then for Breakdown, they've cut the break time in half, actually. So they've nerfed it a bit. So after you're unhooked, instead of for the math, 3 minutes that the hook stays broken, it's now 90 seconds, so like a minute 30. But the trade-off is once you're unhooked, you heal super fucking fast, 100% for 30, 60, 90 seconds, depending on the tier. So the trade-off is the hook stays broken for less amount of time, but you can get healed for a lot faster, depending on like when you can get healed. So you can get some hit distance from the hook if you really want to in 30 seconds, I promise.
Breakdown? I missed the breakdown.
Oh, they cut the hook respawn time in half.
Actually, no, that's okay.
Yeah, because there's a trade-off. Go read the trade-off.
Okay.
Because I just went over that. I'm not going over it again. Also, my bit rate's in the red, so am I still alive? Oh, now I'm in the yellow.
I think I'm okay with the 90. Like, I know so many people, like, whenever I bring Breakdown, it's one of my base kids, they get so angry with Breakdown. So they go hit the hook. They're like, what is this?
Bring it back.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
Hell?
Oh, now I'm in the green again. My signal's having a time. Anyway, now we got off the record. No more endurance. What? Weird.
They took that back?
Yeah, they took off the endurance, but they made it last longer. Which is strange. But okay, it looks like they've just doubled it. Alright. I mean, if we're implementing the anti-tunneling measures, I guess that's fine, because you get endurance as base kit anyway with the elusive stuff. I haven't run off the record in a hot minute. Alright, and not finally, we have 2 more. Conviction. Whose perk is Conviction?
Michonne's.
Oh. That's why I don't know what it is. Because her perks are not great to me. To jump back up to, though, we have a rework with Wicked. So the self-unhook attempts in basement always succeed. That's been a thing. That wasn't changed. But when you are unhooked from the basement, you gain 30, 40, 50% healing progress. So at tier 3, you come off the hook half healed. And anytime you're unhooked, suppress the loud noise notification. So I guess stealthy times. Spooks has talked about this one. With Resurgence.
Yep.
That's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna do that, I feel like you either need to somehow like block them being played together, like play one or the other, or mess with Resurgence, or mess with Wicked again. But I feel like it'll be easier to mess with Wicked because that's not licensed. Well, actually, I don't know how much licensing affects reworks. Don't listen to me. I'm speculating. Apparently they fixed Michonne's Conviction perk so that she can't infinitely loop. I don't use her stuff, to be fair. So I didn't know this was an exploit, but there you go. That's been nerfed. Again, only in the PTB. None of this shit is live. And then Tenacity, they re-added the ability to recover while crawling, which is like, why did you take it to begin with? The point of Tenacity is the ability to recover whilst you're crawling. What is it? What is it now? Without that ability, then what's the point?
They took that away.
What is it?
I think you just recover faster, but like Unbreakable does that for you. So
I was gonna
don't know why you would do that.
You looking it up?
Yeah. Okay, so you have 25% haste while you're like in
dying state.
Oh, you can crawl away faster but you're not recovering. They took that away. They took the whole point of tenacity away. And then
so you can speed racer on the floor, but you can't even recover.
And you're not oh wait, no, that's the thing. 75% pain.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
You took the appeal of tenacity.
They did add from the last time that your aura cannot be read by the killer.
Oh boo, a dedicated killer would find you anyway.
Yeah. But like, so that, because right now that before it didn't counter Deerstalker. Deerstalker's different now though too. So they reworked that, so I don't know why the point. I guess for Barky,
what do they do to Deerstalker?
Whenever a survivor sees your aura, the killer sees your aura. So it's an aura reading.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. Your aura on the floor? Or just your aura in general?
No, in general. So if a survivor has any aura reading perk for killer, the killer can see that survivor. I don't know why people aren't using it more, to be honest.
That's not... So... Then that doesn't make sense with the name either.
Yeah, I know.
Why are you calling it Deerstalker?
I guess, well, because you're stalking the deer, like you're trying to be sneaky and like, oh, I see where you are.
Well, then add stealth to that mechanic.
But that was the whole issue with the...
Call it Bloodhound if you're gonna do that.
I know, they reworked it completely.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Alright, well, now we're gonna talk about Neve's favorite Survivor item add-ons.
Boo!
So...
I'm a hater.
Everybody's favorite needle. Everybody's favorite Hararin, our syringe, no longer heals over time. AKA the point of the damn syringe. It does, however, take away exhaustion. So if you use something like Lithe, and then you use the syringe, you could, in theory, Lithe again.
And I've seen people
Which is fine, I guess, but like, what's the point of V's Ghost Notes perk, and then adding Vigil to that, then?
I've seen people abuse it already with Head On.
Oh, Head On, Sprint Burst 2.
Blood Rush.
Yeah. Any of the exhaustion perks. So I guess it's now... They need to change the name then. Just call it a steroid. Because that's what it is.
It is a steroid.
You've made it a steroid. It no longer, like, stops you hemorrhaging. There's nothing to do with that anymore. Yeah. Call a spade. Call it a damn steroid syringe if that's what you're going to do with it. Oh, and then it consumes the medkit. Which I don't think it did before, right? It just depleted it?
No.
I thought it just depletes it currently.
No. I use it all the time, and I just use shitty medkits.
That's fair.
Both items. I think maybe before it used to, like way back.
That's fair. Hey, so, anti-hemorrhage is now a steroid syringe. And then Styptic Neve's other add-on. No more endurance. Which, they're just taking the whole point of these items.
Yes. We have an item that does this already.
It doesn't consume the medkit on secondary action use. Okay. But it makes you heal yourself Do we not know about botany?
No, but we also have... Hang on, where?
We have a perk that does this already.
Wait, what is it? 15? Okay. There is already an add-on, the abdominal dressing, that increases healing speed by 15%.
And also, doesn't increasing healing speed make your medkit deplete faster?
Okay, wait, I guess it's your efficiency, so I guess you get more charges out of your medkit.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say. You're talking speed.
It doesn't make sense. Like, we already have this thing, though. Like, what is this? They already reworked this add-on, too. Because before, it used to add add-ons.
Go to the forums. You could play the PTB and be able to, like, create, like, detailed evidence. You could talk directly to behavior. They are open to feedback. Play nice. I'm talking to all of you when I say this. When you give feedback, nobody's gonna listen to you screaming and throwing slurs or whatever shit. Play nice. Be respectful. Give feedback, but be respectful about it. Nobody likes hearing people spout shit. It's not gonna be as effective. You'll lure more shit over with honey over vinegar or something like that. So, yay, add-ons. And then I'm ignoring the rest of this because this is all just blood points and UI and shit. Real quick, they're fucking with Autohaven for some reason and Hawkins.
Yeah, which is a big deal because it's a
Are they-
licensed map,
Yeah.
which means they have to talk to. I think for perks, that doesn't really matter, but like for what it does, well, at least the Stranger Things thing is. I think it was they had bigger contracts or like stipulations within the contract.
Well, Netflix.
Yeah, but yeah, so that means they had to talk to. So some people are stipulating that like because they did this, that means there might be something added.
Oh, they want another chapter?
Yeah, they want another wave of like something to be added to.
Now I kind of want there to be
Stranger
nothing
Things.
but just like adding random palettes and shit.
Yeah, so
I
think-
would laugh
wait,
so hard.
What did they do? They added
So
like a
they
staircase
no. Let me read their exact wording. They adjusted the underground complex map to improve opportunities for player navigation. The fuck does that mean? They've adjusted it to make sure that at least one door is open on all sides of the large rooms.
Oh, I hated that.
So the point of doing gens, which is to open doors, is now negated a little bit? Okay.
I know, but like some of the placements of the doors is ridiculous because it's like I think also they closed like some of the doors next to the doors you have to open, so you're kind of stuck in a loop there.
Okay, when they say rift room, are they talking about that upside down area?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess
Super.
this new access is another staircase for the generator, rather than just being boxed in. Which, okay, I'm all for like fixing things up and tuning things up, but I have to say, who asked?
Maybe survivors because like
I want to know who asked.
the only way out is to drop down, and killers you have a leg and they can just kind of get to you quickly.
That's fair.
So I think this
However,
offers up.
Autohaven apparently had a lighting issue, so all the fixes have to do with making it pretty. And there's some bug fixes with audio, bots, characters, blah blah blah. These are all painfully specific.
Oh wait, I think you moved or missed something.
What'd I miss?
Go up a bit.
You can look on my screen, live, right?
I'm looking at.
No, over here.
Oh, sorry.
In real time.
Wait.
The rest of this is just bug fixes. It's way too hyper specific to get into.
Yeah, no, it's up.
This is just
Scratch marks.
techie stuff. Oh yeah, huh? This is where the
That was
scratch
easy.
marks would be. Listen, I just dismissed it because just like, oh, you can log in faster. Oh, credits have been moved. Settings was adjusted. But yeah, that was the other thing that I've noticed people on TikTok were talking about. You can change your scratch mark colors in the future. That I do think will make it to the live because, colorblind accessibility and things like that. And also certain maps, good fucking luck seeing red on that.
Yeah.
I don't run shit like fixated, so I don't think I'll ever see my own scratch marks, but I might change it to purple anyways, just for me. Just because I'll know. But yeah, these be the notes.